Apollo 11 Houston, we recommend you accept the NAV 49, continue through your sequence of sightings, and then we'll analyze the data afterwards. Over. Okay.
Hello, welcome to the Debs and Chikoku podcast, where we talk about anything from programming saints to cursed images that are robots with skin. This week, we are joined by the usual crew, the Fortuitous Kane.
Hello.
The Mechanically Inclined Kickin' Beans.
Hola.
The Herbs is Back by Sneezing Dread Pirate. And the Robot with Skin, Dat Me, Fipo. How would today's podcast go? Who knows? Let's find out on today's episode of Sailor Moon. I mean, friendship is magic.
I mean, I started in the first 10 seconds with cussing, so let's begin.
It's cool. I do 30 seconds of music beforehand to get around that shit.
Yeah, we good.
So speaking of friendship is magic, I'm with you on blowing your back out, Pirate.
I'm with you. I just think it's hilarious that you're finally at that age.
Saturday night, went to bed in a hotel bed, woke up Sunday, felt fine, rolled out of bed, hunched over, couldn't stand up straight, couldn't walk straight. I about pissed my pants trying to walk to the hotel bathroom because I just couldn't move correctly.
Wow. I was sitting there cooking dinner, and I just sneezed and immediately felt like the pinch in my lower back. I was like, oh shit. And I went to go move, and it was just extreme pain right in that exact location, right where the bottom of the spine is.
Yep. That's your body saying, I would like a chiropractor now, please.
I haven't been to one since physical therapy. I do need to go to one soon.
Yeah. Sunday I made an appointment for a massage therapy session, and then that helped a lot. And then come Monday, like the nerve in my back was still pinched. So I went and saw a chiropractor, and that helped tremendously. Now I can finally walk around normal, but my back is still sore.
Yeah. I will be absolutely taking a half a muscle relaxer tonight and going to bed at some point, and hoping in the morning that it feels better.
Kids, we do not condone that.
It was prescribed.
Yeah. So I was getting ready to say, a shady doctor in Florida definitely wrote a script for that.
It was prescribed for the specific issue. It was just 3 years ago.
Listen.
See, statement A.
Listen. As
I
someone
took a half of one and passed out for 2 days. So I was like, no.
Yeah.
As someone who used to like to partake in not feeling anything drugs, I agree. Take a half a muscle relaxer to fall asleep. When you're hurt is good. Just don't do it when you're not hurt.
All right. So let's get into it. We got a bunch of topics for today. Let's start off kind of light. 4070 Ti Super is now using the 4090 chipset. How do y'all feel about that? I'm mad because I have a 4070 Ti and I should have waited like a year and a half, because I'm going to overclock the bitch out of that if I ever get my hands on one.
So what you're saying is the 4070 Ti now is even stronger?
So yeah, the 4070 Ti Super. So the 4070 Ti uses what they were originally going to use, the 4080 chipset. The low RAM 4080 chipset, and it's good. It's great. It's an overclocking beast. I love it. And then the 4080 high RAM chipset is its own chipset, and then the 4090 is an even bigger chipset. So how this generally works is they make like
a batch.
Yeah, they make a batch on a silicone wafer. You probably get like, we'll say 100 just to make things simple. Out of those 100, and they're all designed to be 4090s. Out of those hundreds, they'll test failures and they'll cut it out to make the 4080 chipset, the 4070 chipset, the 4060 chipset, because they're just going based on what works, like what survived the process. And that's why you always end up with way more 4060s and 4070s than you will 4090s, because a 4090 effectively has to be a perfect chip.
And that is where I feel a little upset about the 4070 getting the 4090 chipset, because all that means is they had plenty. They
Yeah.
had good products that they didn't have to fucking, I mean, a corporate company, of course they're fucking going to, but they didn't have to hold it all in to raise the prices as much as they did, to limit the product as much as they did. They
So-
had the means, they have spares, and now they're throwing them in 4070 Supers.
Now, let me take a step back on that one. What year did the 4070 come out? That wasn't the one that came out.
Pandemic.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was
the
like
COVID
very
so-
ass into the pandemic.
So while yes, Beans, I agree with you on that. But you got to think around the pandemic time, the biggest issue wasn't that the products didn't exist or the components to build these products didn't exist. It's that all of them were stuck on a ship and could not dock for a year more.
Yeah,
The
but
So now you're
4070
talking about all these
released in
things that
2023.
people still, because the fucking nerds are nerds, they're gonna buy no matter what. And let's be real, nerds tend to have more money. They bought them for those exorbitant prices, got what you got the fucking went on Newegg, got lucky.
Yeah, get the Newegg shuffle.
So-
Yeah, that's what I did, because there was a shortage of product because of how many people were staying home, now working from home, building themselves all these rigs. Demand was limited, or demand was high, product was limited. Absolutely. I will, however, argue them being stuck on a ship, that absolutely created delays. Absolutely.
Absolutely, and also,
But not that long.
I
yeah,
will argue because it's not necessarily the chips that were stuck there; it was the components to build them, which a lot of those components are going to be used or can be used in any level of chip you make. I think they just once everything settled down, they realized they had an overstock. My belief, I haven't done the research. I could be fucking talking out my ass like I normally do, but that would make sense to me from a business perspective.
but
So
why
before
not
you
lower
continue-
the price of the 4090?
So
Or did they not?
I'm gonna throw
Oh,
something
of
out
course
here. I don't know if everybody heard, but the 4070 or the 40 series released April of 2023, so it wasn't that long ago when they released. So I don't know if you want to say post pandemic.
Post pandemic, sure. But
So it wasn't
I
super long ago.
so that is correct. I say pandemic because that's when prices were skyrocketing, and then the 40 series came out right at the end of the pandemic, when all of a sudden the 30 series started jumping back up in price again, because everybody's going to start selling that stuff out. And then the 40 series dropped, and they dropped it in such a limited quantity because it wasn't available.
Yeah, I
Right.
think the 4080 was effectively a paper launch. Like I know quite a bit of people with 40 series cards, and it's always a 4070 Ti or a 4090. Because if you got 4080 money, you just bought a 4090. Like you were talking about $1,200 versus $1,600. When you're spending $1,200, you're just gonna spend the $1,600. You have the extra money. You're like, fuck this. I'm not gonna get the in between card. I'm just gonna ball.
And to double down on what he's saying there, we're talking about like a single component, a single piece of hardware for for an entire system. It's not
Yeah.
like you're spending 1,200 versus 1,600 on an entire system. Sure, I can understand people making the argument of not spending that extra $400. But when you're
If they're
spending
buying
that
the
much
whole
money
computer.
on one piece of hardware,
Yeah,
you're dropping that money.
you're effectively talking the difference between a completed computer at 3,500 or a completed computer at 4,000. You're not pinching pennies at that price level.
And not only that, I will go back and say that I have absolutely looked at something. I was like, $250 extra for this one component. Fuck it, why not? It looks better.
Yeah.
Or I'll take the $300 RGB keyboard so I don't have to buy one.
Yeah. And so these aren't 4090 chipsets that have failed links in them or anything like that they just decided not to cut down to 4070 Ti Super. chipsets. These are full fat 47 or 4090 dies that they literally just in software turned off a bunch of shit to make it a 4070 Ti Super, which tells me that there's gonna be a hacked BIOS. It's just gonna happen. Hackers be hacking. You're gonna be able to get low RAM 4090s on, I think it's a 128 bus set, and you're just gonna mob your processor. You're gonna need top of the line processors to run these things.
I mean, we're just going back to the concept that being a nerd and gaming and being very into it is no longer for children.
I mean, it never was. Even, see, the last computer I built before this one, I got a 1080. And then the computer before that, I think, had a 7080 or a 780. So I've
We
always,
had a 1060 at one point.
I have a 1060 now, but it's in the Plex computer. And it's a hamdy down of a hamdy down of a hamdy down.
Yeah, you let me borrow it for like a month or two while my graphics card was shipping.
This thing floats around. It's poor life. It is literally there because I need a video feed. It doesn't do anything else other than
it
show
serves
a
a purpose.
desktop. And I actually don't need it anymore because I can remotely log into this. So it doesn't even have a screen attached to it.
Like it's like the robot. It's like the robot from Rick and Morty, whose his whole life job is to cut butter. He's like, "What is my purpose?"
Exactly.
And he just has an existential crisis.
And I'm not saying the 1060 card was a bad card. At 10 series heyday, that was the budget card to get. But like nowadays, I don't think I could give this thing away if I tried.
Yeah, because how we're talking what 6-7 years since that card was released.
I built my 1080 machine in 2016.
Even 8 years.
Yeah.
8 years.
Yeah.
When the computer, the whole computer lifestyle changes every 6 fucking months.
Yeah, and arguably, I built my 1080 machine on like $1,200, and I had top of the line everything. You can't do that now. You are
Nope.
not gonna get anywhere close to a functioning computer with a single top of the line component for $1,200.
In general, you can't do near as much with $1,200 now as you could 8 years ago.
Yeah, but not
Fucking
as much
ten-
as computers have gone up. My 1070 machine was almost $3,000, or my 4070 machine was almost $3,000.
Damn.
Yeah,
the
I mean, for
1060
granted,
is crazy.
half of that was the 4070.
Yeah,
We-
and I'm not
You gotta
complaining.
buy shitty, like decent cards for that.
Yeah,
But like
That
the
would
crazy
still
part is
run.
$1,200 like gets you a new modern laptop nowadays, and that's not even like a gaming laptop anymore.
yeah.
But it's not a great one.
You can get a pretty decent laptop for $1,200. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
get a really shitty laptop for $1,200 too. You could definitely pay for branding.
Apple. Sorry, I had something to throw up.
Like you can get a decent work laptop for $1,200. $1,200 doesn't go very far in the gaming laptop world anymore.
It gets you gaming, and that's all I could ask.
It gets you the basics of gaming.
Since somebody coughed and it brought up their next subject, the Apple Vision Pro hack. Have you guys seen this thing? I downloaded it on my
have not.
Meta Quest 3, and it was terrifying.
I have not. What is it?
Hackers found a way to hack into a Vision Pro. No surprise there. But what they're doing is they're filling the virtual room you're in with spiders that are crawling towards you.
Okay,
Nope.
so
Nope.
I am-
Arachnophobia. I'm
I
fucking
am-
never buying one of them things now.
I'm not, and no.
I have heard about it. I'm imagining. I haven't looked up what it looks like. I'm imagining it to be like. You remember when the virtual reality first started coming out, and you could only buy limited games.
Yeah.
One of the games was like you just in a house with spiders.
No,
And
this is
the whole purpose of the game was how long can you last in this game before you freak the fuck out.
I downloaded a program
Okay.
that simulated it. simulated what it looked like in the hack, and they legitimately looked like real spiders. Like I'm not super scared of spiders. If they surprise me, I'm scared, but like if I know they're there, I'll fuck with them, do whatever. But yeah, I was just like, oh no, fuck this.
Now I'm looking around my room for spiders because it's already got me freaked just talking about it. I'm sorry. Like, nah, right? No way. I've seen arachnophobia. I am not living arachnophobia.
I will argue, like I agree. Like I had arachnophobia growing up. I used to be deathly afraid of them. I would burn things if I saw a spider. Almost a house once.
That's
and,
fair.
Yeah, eventually I've got over it with the help of some mind-altering things. And they don't really. I'm like Kane over here. They don't really scare me that much. But when they surprise me, fuck them.
Yeah.
If it's a deadly one in my home, fuck them. But other than that, I just don't bother me.
So
just accept knowing my shed is the spider's home, and I just got to respect their space.
Fuck it, they die.
I'm looking at this Apple Vision Pro hack from the outside. You're sitting on a city bus, and some douchebag has his Vision Pro on in ARG mode. And then he starts screaming and smacking himself. Because he's the only one that can see the spiders.
Grade A entertainment. Absolutely.
Yeah. As not an Apple fanboy, I'm kind of about it.
No, this just solidifies I'm never buying one of these motherfucking things. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, for the price tag I never was anyway. Like,
right.
I really want Valve's VR setup. I really, really don't want to spend money on that thing.
Yeah.
Listen, there are plenty of other things in this world that can give you altered reality without you spending.
Not just that. I don't want to spend.
$1,200.
I don't want to spend Apple money on anything like that.
Yeah,
like because so Samsung, Android, somebody's going to come out with another one. It's going to be half the price, but just as good, just more customizable.
Dude, the Meta Quest is like 80% of the way there. I will say the glass on the Vision Pro is beautiful, but the Meta Quest 3 is 80% of the way there. And I think they're like $400, man. They're not pricey. And it's a standalone machine. You don't have to plug it into your PC, although it is highly recommended. It changed my Beat Saber life forever.
And then your shit gets hacked, and you get a room full of spiders or clowns, and then you call it a night.
See, clowns I'd be fine with.
Nah,
$3,000 fucking dollars for that thing.
No, I'm a
scaredy
cat when it comes to those two things.
It does not look that much different than the other ones, just slightly smaller.
Look up creepy Apple Vision Pro faces, because this thing scans your face, and then it projects the 3D scanned image of your face on the little glass in the front.
Oh my god, that shit is so funny.
It is hilarious.
Great. Okay, now you got me interested. What is it? Creepy
Apple Vision Pro faces.
Okay, let's go to images, see if images will get me there quicker.
Wow.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's not. I guess it's creepy because it's hella pixelated, but it's not.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say creepy. I'd say really badly rendered AI shit.
So,
I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen.
Everyone. Oh, that's fair. You could say that. You could say that in the podcast. That's amazing. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if half our fans had some kind of mental disorder, because we clearly do.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you like to read it, or do you want me to read it?
Oh no, go for it. You're the reading bot.
Kick and Beans posted, as soon as we looked at these faces, it gives everybody downs.
It gives everybody a bit of the downs.
It does. Oh my god, it does.
A little bit of FAS which is okay.
Yeah, I've never had a bad time with someone with downs. Like, it's usually a good time. It's like midgets. They're always a good time.
Midgets are always a good time.
My work found out I have a weird midget fixation. and
So did mine.
they immediately went to like I wanted to have sex with a bunch of midgets, and I had to explain to them that that's not my midget fixation. It's just I like seeing them. I always get happy when I see them. Even
Get happy
happier
you
when
see
they
little
wrestle.
people.
It's like running into an Oompa Loompa or like a Lollipop Guild member. It's great.
You can't help but be happy.
Yeah.
It's true. Like and my job found out the same thing, specifically my GM.
Nice.
So every time he brings somebody in, he wants them to see get a feel for what kind of person I am. He'll just start talking about midgets, and he'll just like, yeah, this is a Dread Pirate, our lead bartender. He ask him about his midgets. I was like, yo, how long do you got?
Ask me about my midgets like I own them.
Hey, you.
If you could legally own a herd of midgets, I would take good care of them. But if you could like adopt midgets, I totally would.
Ethically.
This conversation is dangerous.
Yeah. That's why I changed it to
next
adopt.
topic. So, like, next topic? Spiral transition.
We could hit two at once. Xbox streaming games coming to Microsoft Amazon partnership. So your Fire TV stick will now have game streaming.
We'll have Game Pass or just game streaming?
I'm assuming if you're paying for the game streaming, you're paying for the Game Pass. I don't know. I don't believe in the streaming thing. Lag is real. Latency is real.
And that's kind of what.
Here's my stick on that one. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're good.
You have to download almost every fucking game by now, and even the ones you stream, it's not great quality. Like what Kickin' Means was saying.
Okay, got
So
it.
and to that point, like there's something that already exists, and it's Nvidia has their own streaming platform. Like my LG TV has an app on it through Nvidia, where if I log into it and I have an Nvidia account, I can stream my downloaded games from my computer onto my TV, but it's not good.
Yeah, it sucks. It's terrible. I tried doing it in my basement, and it has turned me to removing all of the popcorn ceiling so that I could run cable runners and do a direct link to my PC.
Are you talking?
It has escalated so ridiculously.
Beans, are you talking about like GeForce Now? Because I know they were shutting down that streaming
Yes,
service.
that's it. Yep.
I know they were shutting down parts of it. Like, because you used to be able to pay and have like this weird Xbox Game Pass-esque thing on GeForce Now, and they shut that down. So.
And so now Xbox is officially taking their attempt at it, and they're partnering up and doing it through the Fire TVs.
I think it'll be a success because it's Xbox.
If you can't afford a gaming console or a gaming computer, it's a great option. Games have amazing stories. They're worth it. RPGs are the best part about it, even though you're alone in a dark room playing an RPG.
I mean, isn't that when you play an RPG?
Yeah, like
Yeah, you could do a lot of things when you're alone in a dark room. One of them is playing an RPG.
Whoa.
Yeah, but playing an RPG isn't going to get you removed from the Catholic Church.
It might get you invited.
It could. Hold up, it could. It depends on what game you're playing.
That's fair.
Depending on what Catholicism story you read, it's like playing an RPG.
But if you're paying for a streaming service to play games, start taking some money off to the side and get a console. Or if you come through a windfall, build yourself a PC, because PC Master Race. But like my Series X plays games great. I play on it on my couch. It's glorious. I want to do that with my PC, but I am too lazy to lug this giant thing around.
We could always just put it on wheels.
It's been considered.
No, but I'm at the same point as you. Like, I'm ready to just like buy a 200-foot cable and just wire my tower to my TV upstairs and just have a direct connection.
Yeah, and with fiber optic DisplayPort cables, it's a possibility. It's a real thing I'm looking into. But also, like, you run into other issues, such as drilling holes through your house to run a cable so you can play video games in your bed.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Or purchasing way too many tools just to remove popcorn ceiling off your ceiling.
I mean, in fairness, it's 2024, my dude. That should not still be there.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't
Yeah,
afford
but
a new house.
a brand new house, yeah. I'll say
Yeah.
these houses were built long ago, and that shit, I don't know if you've ever tried before, but popcorn is a motherfucker to get off.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I've done it.
This is the first house I think I've lived in that's younger than me. So I'm pretty happy about that. That could definitely
fair
go on my
enough.
gravestone. So, and then the next Xbox news with the coming Microsoft Amazon partnership, Xbox Live's down. People are panicking. It's glorious.
So many people are freaking out just because they can't fucking get online.
It didn't just go down, did it? It's been like
Today.
a week, right?
No, today.
It went down today.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it's been down 6
Deja vu,
hours
then.
and Reddit exploded because all those sweaty people got off their Series X's and got on Reddit to bitch about it.
Damn.
And I'm sorry, my career has been down for almost a full 2 weeks now. You fucking video gamers can just be down for a few hours. Go touch some fucking grass.
Right? I'm thinking it's another hack. I really am.
Them's fighting words. Don't tell people to touch grass. You know, these people barely want to see the sunlight. They like Howie's little cousin from Benchwarmers. They hiss at the sun. Like,
You can
gotta
listen
be-
to our
Yeah, and they're
podcast while
not-
touching grass.
And they're not taking vitamins D supplements either. So go fucking spend 5 minutes outside. Go touch grass. Fucking take care of yourself. 5 minutes. That's all I ask. Invest in
take a
yourself for
shower.
5 minutes. Please just take a fucking shower. I don't care who you are.
Yeah,
Everyone.
Listen, I play a lot of like card games at card shops. I don't care who you are, how much money you make, whatever you fucking identify as, whatever you are. Please fucking shower. I'm tired of losing matches because I'm about to pass out.
And tan your
Just
taint.
please.
Don't forget, your taint is the best way to absorb vitamin D.
And watch your
Okay.
balls.
Okay, Gwyneth Paltrow over there. I got you.
Sorry.
I want to buy one of her candles. I want to know.
Do
No.
it. Buy it then. I'm not buying it for
The,
you.
the fact that she made pussy
You are-
scented candles, I have to have one. They are pricey though. I've looked into this.
Ugh.
When's your birthday again?
I don't think you
don't
want to
encourage him.
Yeah, I don't think you
When's
want to
your
drop
birthday?
$500 on my birthday present.
Listen,
You're gonna wake up and it's gonna
$500
be
for
in your
candle?
room.
I'm gonna get tortured
Yeah,
because of
They're
that.
like $500 for a candle, secondhand, because she only made
You're-
a certain amount of them.
There ain't no way she's selling what her. There ain't no way. You guys can keep. I'm gonna look this up.
But yeah, the Xbox Live being down
want
is
it.
glorious.
So it looks like they already got it fixed as of the time of us recording, but they're
Parts of
not
it.
saying why.
I have a list. So roughly half their servers are back up. Right now, Salt Lake's up, Cleveland's up, Arkansas's down, Alabama's up, Delaware's down, North Oklahoma's down, Kansas City is up, Manchester's up, and Ontario's up. So a third?
Oh damn.
But for a company the size of Microsoft, who literally designs and manufactures their own servers, for this to happen is insane. If they got hacked, if it's just somebody pushed a security patch that went wrong, I feel bad for you, son. You about to get fired.
All right, I
Nope,
did
don't
some
fuck up.
research on the candle.
Mm-hmm.
Not spending the money because it's not what you think. It's a blend of geranium, citrusy bergamot, and cedar.
That sounds basic.
That's the
as
candle
fuck.
smell. Yeah, that's the candle
That
smell.
sounds basic as fuck.
It was kind of like the whole Snoop Ghost smokeless kind of advertising.
You mean Snoop smokes?
Since when?
No, but you know, like when he went smokeless for like the smokeless barbecue grill or some shit.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
all like,
Yeah,
we had an
yeah,
entire
yeah.
episode about it, and then we all got, and we had to say the next episode. Yeah, we got. Yeah,
be fair,
it's just that.
That is
didn't believe it.
national news breaking things. They knew what they were doing. That marketing
Yeah.
person is a fucking genius.
April Fools, everybody.
So continuing on the video game thing, there's a millennial saint, and he's known for Twitch streaming and running a website that the Catholic Church didn't pay for themselves to move people over to Catholicism. While I don't support such things, you do you. The Catholic Church has its pluses, but it definitely has its negatives. We got a RH saint.
I'm lost here.
Yeah, I don't feel cultured enough to follow this.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess
so-
I'm not cultured enough.
this
So sainthood is a big deal in the Catholic Church.
Did you say sainthood?
Sainthood. They sainted a 20-something-year-old gamer.
he
What?
would be about that age now. So the person died of leukemia in 06, and he was 15, and he was referred to and I'm reading an article which
Okay.
in the description I can link if we want. If
Okay.
not, just look up
Millennial saint.
millennial saint, and it will be an article. Who is referred to as God's influencer and the patron saint of the internet for his work cataloging Eucharistic miracles around the world, and bringing people to Catholicism and all that.
Huh. Okay then.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
Okay, morbid question. I don't know if any of you guys know. Do you have to die to become a saint?
Historically, no. Typically, yes.
Okay. I just need to ask because a lot of the saints have been sainted after they've died. So it's like, is it like this whole weird, you become a famous artist after you've passed away?
Yeah.
gig?
So there was a turmoiled times in the Catholic religion where a pope exhumed a former pope and held a trial to make him no longer a pope. But
That's some jealousy. I'm just throwing that one out there.
yeah, no shit. But there have also been times in the Catholic religion where they've sainted people that were currently alive for pulling whatever miracles they needed to pull. Historically, they have to prove the miracle's real, and that takes 50 or 60 years. So most people die before they become sainted. This kid, I don't know what miracle they're using because they haven't officially anointed him yet, and they'll release that in the official anointing documents. But it's cool that we
Oh.
got a saint that's not like 1 billion years old.
Some of
sorry.
the things that he's being credited for his miracles is helping homeless people and defending victims of bullying during his lifetime, and having a hand in 2 healing miracles after his death.
Okay, quick question. Are there homed people in Brazil?
I have more than
Yes.
one question.
Technically, yes.
Is
To
this
answer
another
your
the
question,
game gets canceled?
yes.
It's not.
Podcast?
Kane, it's not the building that makes the home. Okay.
We're fucking this one up today, boys.
Having
I'll
been to
just say-
Brazil, they're a great group of people. I had a lot of fun, but also I didn't see a whole lot of homes that would pass a building inspection.
I will say this episode not as bad as Fever Dream, but within the first minute we've already had to have some edits. So
And
we're
I'm gonna
going strong.
And I'm going to argue on that one that when I was overseas, there were plenty of places I ate amazing food from that would not pass health inspection. Did it make it any less of a restaurant to me? No.
Because it was grown with Agent Orange as a fertilizer, it cannot pass health inspection. End rant.
The U.S. standards.
We need less Agent Orange, more sugar.
I actually saw giant
You said Agent
fucking
Orange, not
reservoirs of
Agent
that when I was
Orange.
overseas. I was like, I asked the local, I was like, "What's that?" He's like, "Oh, that's just a bunch of Agent Orange." I'm just like, "Wait, you still have
Yeah.
some?"
We just kind of left it around.
There's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's not like they could use it for anything because it immediately kills basically any plant it touches. And then, all the other problems that it has. But yeah, it just sits in barrels all over the world because we produced a fuck ton of it.
Before it was like, hey, we're not allowed to use this no more. Let's.
Go can't get rid of it. Just put it places.
We do what America does when we end a war. We just leave everything there and ship the people back. It's cheaper. Because that's all.
Fair.
That's all old used equipment. We need new shiny equipment for privates to break.
So they're categorizing this kid that they sainted as a gamer, but then he's also being. The article I'm reading is quoting a statement that he said in an interview where he limits himself to 1 hour a week of video game time.
That is
Probably because
not
that's the
gamer.
only time he has electricity.
Oof.
All right, we gotta stop firing shots at some point.
I'm not meaning to be offensive. I'm just being real.
Yeah. According a quote is computer genius Carlo, I guess that's his name, made his computer an instrument at service of God and the internet to evangelize and spread the. Yeah. He didn't play a lot of games. I think what he did do is when he streamed, it was a lot more probably like IRL, like just chatting, and he played like some Halo and Mario and Pokemon.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, probably older consoles and stuff like that. But it's cool. I'm happy about the first millennial saint, and I haven't stepped foot in a Catholic church in 20 years. So
For him, then.
yeah,
Same.
that's awesome. In my opinion, having grown up Catholic, that's cool.
So, like,
if he did
does
good
his
for humanity,
family-
he did good for humanity.
Yeah.
So does his family get like a golden? Like I don't want to keep saying. Maybe I gotta stop.
Fuck
with my
no.
questions.
Fuck
Like,
no.
do they
His
get
family
any-
ain't getting
do
shit.
they get- Do they get
It's
any
not your
like,
religion.
compensation? It's not my religion, 100%. But do they like get a free ticket to heaven because they're related to the dude? Like, how does this work?
No, they
Historically,
historically to become a saint, just off of the people that have been sainted, you come from a very poor background, you stay very poor, and that's part of their like, look what he did while not having money. By the way, we have a literal fuck ton of gold stored underneath our feet. But yeah, his family's not going to get anything. There's no. It's not like getting a Medal of Honor and you get paid for the rest of your life because of it and stuff like that. You literally just get like a little placard from the Vatican.
So this is like the old
high-
NCAA where like
high
the play
five.
like where like the people can make money off of you, but you can't get any money from the endorsements or anything. Gotcha.
Exactly it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also,
So-
as far as his family, if for those that believe, isn't it heaven and hell is all by the actions and judged to the actions of the individual? So
So-
although he's sainted, his family can still make their own choices, good or bad.
Also, a
Chris
lot.
is a saint, and there's no space for him.
Yeah, a lot of the average North American Christian doesn't actually know that no one's gone to hell yet. Everyone's just sitting in purgatory until Revelations happens, and that's when the chosen go to heaven and the not so chosen go to hell.
So everybody's in purgatory when they die?
Yeah, it's not far
Yeah.
off of like the Hebrew religion. There's
Haven't
you're
you watched Supernatural?
yeah, you're just stuck
Sure,
in
but
purgatory.
it's like- yeah. Also, kind of true with the Jewish traditions. There are some things, but yeah, we don't really believe in specifics right now. We just go to God, and whatever that means is what that means.
And protest Israel. Sorry, I watched a
Damn.
hilarious video of Hasidic Jews protesting in Israel earlier today.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, damn, I didn't know we were getting like that political today. But damn,
Nothing
okay.
political. The video was just fucking hilarious.
All
I
right.
totally misheard that and heard Protoss is real.
Protoss Israel.
Yeah, Protoss are real. Do you
The
not- do you
Illuminator
not
coming.
see them? Yeah. Listen, robots have skin. Protoss are real.
Yeah, let's talk about the skinned robots. This is
I clearly it's not real skin.
No, that's why I added it as a topic. They are putting living skin that grows and heals onto robots, thusly creating androids.
What is it? What is it made out of?
It is made in a biology lab, and from the very little I've read and found about it, because I dug into it between meetings, they're using stem cells to grow human skin and then just like slapping it on a robot's face.
And it is the creepiest thing in the world.
I'm expecting an Android 19 in 2 years.
Sex robots.
But yeah, I was gonna say
That's already a thing.
somebody's gonna fuck it.
King.
Somebody's gonna
It's
fuck it
already a
before,
thing.
Yeah.
it leaves the lab.
It's
Sex
been a
robots
thing.
already exist.
Yeah, it's a thing, but has it ever been this good?
I mean, I haven't tried the first, so
That's fair. If given the opportunity, I would try a real doll just for the experience, but that's about as low as my standards go. And I mean, I guarantee I've slept with a woman, at least one or two, that were way worse than a real doll.
I can agree with that one.
By our powers combined, I gotta go dig out my decoder ring.
Yes.
But yeah, they are terrifying looking right now, but give it 10 years. This is going to be entertaining as fuck. We're going to get cool looking androids soon.
I mean, they can barely figure out how to make cool looking masks still.
It looks like it's right out of Doctor Who.
I posted I posted a picture of it in the chat.
That is fucking nightmare fuel.
It is bad.
Yeah, it's rough.
Those
It's
eyes
rough
are
right
real.
now.
They have no soul.
I will
It's a
also
robot.
say what robots don't have. Okay, spicy topics, gotcha. No, I'll say it's definitely like the first rendition. It's going to take a hot minute for it to like be good, and then we'll get to the whole iRobot like Eagle Eye kind of bullshit.
Yeah. All I'm saying is I watched iRobot. That's where we're going.
Logistically, someone had to pay for this. This
Who paid
just
for it?
doesn't happen in a garage. Somebody was like, I want real skin on this robot.
This can definitely happen in a garage. 100%.
Haven't you seen Flubber?
Yeah, very true. Rest in peace.
I'm sorry, Beans just posted a picture of it from the Doctor Who episode where the world is ending, and the last living human is this piece of skin with like a rendered face on it that has to be sprayed every minute to keep its moisture content.
My
Yeah.
nerd is about to come out. That is modern Doctor Who episode 1. And the reason I specify modern is the originals were way better. That's the end of my TED Talk today.
Okay,
If you don't believe me, fight me.
Oh, no.
we'll be selling tickets to this fight for $69.99.
I
I don't
want
know
to
if I would.
be at a YouTuber fight so bad. I just want to wreck some like sweaty YouTuber.
I don't know
the
if I would
thing right
consider
now.
this season part of the modern Doctor Who.
It's when Doctor
It
Who
is-
came back. It
it's-
is the first
It was-
episode
it was-
of modern Doctor Who.
It was
That's the
the first episode of the new Doctors, the new
oh god, it's
animation, new Doctors.
Was
After
it
like a long
10?
break.
Was this Tennant's
No,
Doctor, or was
it
this?
before
No.
Tennant.
Was this the
Pre-Tenet.
ninth? This was. Oh, so this was.
It
Eccleston. So it was Eccleston.
Chris
Yeah.
Eccleston.
Yeah, my favorite Doctor. I'm like, oh shit, which episode was this one? Because they also kind of did a similar
It was the
episode with
first
Tennant.
episode.
So, yeah. I think I don't know. I have opinions. I feel like he should have been Doctor for longer, but I don't know. I really like that.
He chose to walk away from that.
I know.
Yeah.
I wanted him to stay. He was a good one.
Just
I
this.
like-
liked him, but I think if he had stayed longer, it would have taken his shine away a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also,
Where-
playing the Doctor is kind of like Daniel Radcliffing yourself as Harry Potter. Like
Yeah.
you are then known as that.
Dude,
For-
Guns
I don't know
Akimbo.
that.
Just- if you haven't seen Guns Akimbo, do yourself a favor and watch it.
If you haven't
Oh,
seen
good.
a lot of his post Harry Potter stuff, it's all similar to Guns Akimbo. He has like 3 or 4 movies out that are all in a similar style of just off the wall as Guns Akimbo, and they're all fucking wonderful.
Yeah, so his thing is he made
Swiss Army
so
Man.
he made so much money off of Harry Potter that he gets to do what he wants as an artist, which I'm about. Like all these people that are like, oh, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter ruined these people's careers. No, they're doing what the fuck they want. You think Macaulay Culkin's taking movies he doesn't want to fucking do? Like these
Right,
these
but-
people have enough money to where they can enjoy themselves, and I'm not gonna hate on that.
He literally, Swiss Army Man was another good one where he literally played a dead man who just did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't talk, didn't do anything. You just moved his arm a certain way, and he did exactly what you needed him to do. It was a real weird movie, but fantastic.
All right. So, how much time do we got left? We got time for this. Worst anime dad duel.
Perfect. I hope we're getting this.
All right, I got a starter.
Okay.
All right.
Shao Tucker.
Thank you. Thank
see-
you. Thank
See,
you. No. Let this man speak. Let this man speak.
this conversation
Let this man
started
speak.
before you hopped in, and we decided to bench it until the podcast. I would still argue that Goku's the worst anime father.
Nah, you're talking about the man that literally.
He's bad. He's bad.
so bad.
But his biggest crime is that he's not present and he throws his kid into fights.
And Shao Tucker, I would argue, is a scientist and for science.
Can I ask you, if you were a scientist, would you combine
Sacrifice
your
a human
child-
life, though?
He didn't sacrifice a
combine-
human life.
Yes, he
It
did.
was still alive.
Yeah, she was alive. She was, for the most part, perfectly healthy.
To for the no.
Medically.
You're not pulling this. No.
He
This-
sacrificed two beings to make one. So for science, success.
I mean, they were inseparable anyways.
Awful father, though.
Going
He
going
got
by the
rid of
rules,
his daughter.
going by the rules
And
of the
his
world,
wife.
you have to
and
give up
his
something
dog.
equal to create something, and he was giving up something equal to create something. That's like saying
There is-
Thanos was a bad person.
I mean,
I mean,
and
he was. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not arguing the science. I'm not arguing his achievement. I'm saying he's a bad dad for using his daughter.
Yeah. Use
He would
everybody
be
else.
less bad if he went and manipulated and created another family and like did
Hold
other
on,
things
hold
and
on,
not
hold
used
on.
his own kid.
If you're talking about using your own kid, Goku literally used his child to fight for him the first 3 sagas.
Did the
Gohan
child
did good.
survive? Did the child
He
survive?
he did okay.
Did he
Yeah,
survive?
He didn't do good. He did
Did he
terrible,
die?
and Goku had to step back in. And no, he didn't survive all of them. Gohan
No.
has been wished back.
But he came back.
And I'm sure he would have figured out a way if they had given him enough time and resources and the correct scientific labs and the correct
No.
people to assist him, he would have got his daughter back. Or
No,
at least he would have got
because-
some
no,
weird
no, no.
dog.
No.
Wait, Kane, have you seen this? Have you seen this anime?
Yeah, I am.
So you know the whole premise is you can't bring back human life. Like that's like the entire premise of this fucking show.
Was the
That's
light
been
bulb-
proven wrong multiple times in the show.
Yeah, but I'm saying at this point in the show. Like at this point in the show.
No, literally, the first episode proves that wrong. So they were trying to bring back human life. They sacrificed their bodies, but their soul still existed. That is bringing back human life. You might be trapped in a suit of armor, but you are effectively there.
I really wish I had a camera. Thank you, Beans, giving like the show. Like really, really. Also, there are probably worse dads than just these two that we're thinking of.
So all right. So this is where we're starting. Is Shao Tucker and Goku.
Uh-huh.
So for those of
Ibar.
you that have seen Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter, however the hell you want to pronounce it,
Same.
Gang Freeze, kind of a bad dad.
I will preface, I have only watched all the way up to they finished their training or fighting in the tower, and Gong is finally going back to Whale Island for the first time for a hot minute with his hunter license. So I
So-
haven't met the dude, but I just assume he's just an abandoned father.
Yeah, he's an abandoned father that pretty much leaves clues for his son to try and chase and get to him, and his son has to go through hell and back to remotely get close to like playing the longest game of hide and seek with his dad. The series ends with him finding his dad, and his dad's literally sitting on a tree branch fishing. And for those of you that haven't watched it, it's been out for too long. Go fuck yourself. And it's like Gong finds him, and he's just like, "Oh, hey, you made it. You're strong now." And then the series ends.
Okay, how about
Is he? But is that really worse than? I know it's like a fucked up thing, but is that really worse than Goku?
how about
No,
how
I'm
about-
not saying that he was worse than Goku. I'm just listing another bad dad.
So
Honorable
let's
mention.
Can we just like agree? Like right now, it's like Goku / Show Tucker, because we're still arguing that, and then it's whoever else we're talking about.
Okay, I want to throw Dragon in there from One Piece, Luffy's
Piece?
dad. Dude, he literally fucked off to go to fight the good fight. Left his son and his friend with bandits.
His sons, both sons.
Sons with fucking bandits. After
His
their
friends?
right after their mom fucking dies.
Hey,
For
man,
the cause,
you don't want to take care of kids that ain't yours.
and also like kind of
only
to
one of them wasn't technically his.
Wait,
like Kane's argument about Full Metal Alchemist. Like that's the world they're living in, though. So like
also
the dad left the kids for the betterment of the kids because they weren't ready to go face what he had to go face, and he had to go fight the good fight. Like
Yeah.
leaving the kids behind with his friends.
Goku has no
Better thing to
argument.
do.
Yeah. Technically, he didn't leave them to like the band. Like, yes, the bandits to an extent, but also spoilers. But One Piece has been out for fucking ever, and what we're talking about has been out for way longer.
And fuck off if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. Like
Yeah.
at least the
'Cause
first 100 episodes.
What we're kind of talking about, I haven't seen, but I kind of know about because I play the card game. Technically, the grandfather did raise the sons for a hot minute.
The grandfather did, yes.
The grandfather did raise the sons.
The
and then they
grandfather's
all
a good
fuck
dad.
off.
That's not the argument.
Yeah, the grandfather was
Grand-
Piccolo.
So, back to my argument on Goku. All of these fathers have reasons for being shitty dads. Goku doesn't. Goku could have been a
Goku
good
has
dad.
reasons.
No, he
Goku's
doesn't.
like the only fucking person that can save
It's
the
the
world
same
from shit.
reason that Show chases science. Goku just wants to be the strongest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah, but Goku, if you go back to Dragon Ball, Goku was actually raised pretty decently.
Goku's an animal.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, they chopped that shit off a long time ago, okay?
But even in his upbringing, he's a fucking animal. Like,
yeah, he was kind of a savage.
he played with dinosaurs as a children.
As a children.
As a child.
All right. When I have one, but I don't know if we're done talking about
Shoot,
whoever
go for
we're
it.
just talking about. This one, we do have to put a little bit of spoiler because it's not super old. Endeavor from My Hero.
Okay, so I'm currently caught up, and I know what you're
Yeah.
getting at.
He's on a redemption arc, so sure, but like at the point like where I am, like he's just starting his redemption arc, but he's a fucking horrible dad.
Are you talking about like in the first
Piece of
season?
shit.
He's a garbage dad.
Like
Yeah.
like the first 3 or 4 seasons.
Absolutely a piece of shit dad.
Yeah.
Kind of like Goku, hyper focused and just
Being the strongest.
wanting to be the strongest, wanting the number
And
one
wanting to
position,
and wanting to
wanting
have
the-
the perfect protege.
wanting the appearance of being the number one hero, and then gets a wife and has kids that is the perfect blend of powers between him and his wife, because that's how the children system works in
he
this in
forced
that
his
universe.
wife to marry him through like the weird like forced marriage systems, and then had kids, and pretty much neglected every kid but the one kid, and then literally, I want to say, I practically
Abused.
Abused and tortured the kid to get him stronger. You can't see the air quotes I'm putting, but stronger. So yeah, dude's a piece of shit. I think he goes kind of high up there. I don't think he's the worst, but he's definitely up on this list.
I would say he's probably a notch below Goku, and the only reason for that is like I think he's technically done worse to his children than Goku did, but he's now at a point where he's understanding what he's done and he's going to attempt to do something about it.
Yeah.
Too little, too late, but something's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Goku is just absolutely fucking oblivious to the fact that like he's putting his kids in danger just because this is his normal world.
Right.
Whereas Tucker is still the worst because he sacrificed his daughter
He knowingly sacrificed
And
his daughter, had no remorse.
and made
Not
that
at all.
choice. He
Yeah.
made that choice,
So
knowing every ramification that could have happened.
I have 2 honorable mentions, and then we'll
All
move
right.
on, and we'll let the viewers/listeners decide.
I can't wait to listen to this and put my own opinion in the comments.
Gambino from Berserk
Okay.
and Gendo from Neo Genesis Evangelion.
I can finally watch Berserk.
Oh,
Berserk is
wow,
so
that's a
good. Start with
throwback.
the Golden Age. You know what? Actually, start with whatever you find, and then when I get the text from you saying what the fuck, I will understand.
Okay, good.
Berserk is
Uh,
savage.
Now that we have
You're
access
wel-
to Crunchyroll,
You're welcome.
Thank you,
You're
Paul.
welcome. You're welcome.
Berserk is a masterpiece, though.
I've
Yeah.
heard such good things, but it was only on Crunchyroll. It's only on Crunchyroll, so I couldn't find it on anything else.
No, the Netflix version is really good. Netflix
I've
did
wa-
like
I've
3 or
watched
4
that.
movies.
Which is why I want to watch the rest.
Yeah, the Golden Age is the Crunchyroll one, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
All right. Back to video games. Cyberpunk 2077 sequel is incoming. Just shout out for that. I'm excited. I know you're excited. They're supposed to bring multiplayer actually in this one.
Yeah,
If-
instead of it being a fan edition.
I think, while I know it's going to take up a lot, I think a large multiplayer map, because it's such a large city, would be fucking dope.
Yeah,
Almost like Grand Theft Auto style.
I think it would be dope. I think that they'll probably try to limit it to missions.
Mhm.
Because while it is technically a first-person shooter, there's such a wide gambit of what you can do in that game that it would not bode well for like a PUBG style or a Call of Duty style game.
No, definitely not.
There would just be wildly different power levels.
Yeah. No, I mean like also like just being on the same map doing missions on one server map.
Yeah, co-op
Uh,
it.
Yeah, and I think that'd be cool. I hope they add. I haven't really looked much into the new one. I just heard about it a couple days ago. I hope they bring in some of the things that they should have had in the first one, like getting really into going deeper into brain dancing instead of just the occasional fucking random missions. When you're all like half the game, you're just picking up all these brain dances from these places. Can't even fucking look at any of them.
So I do agree that it would have been fun to play with that more. The thing that I think makes it difficult for that world specifically is their introduction to it was borderline snuff material.
Yeah.
And if you keep diving too much further into that, it's no longer a game that can be sold
Yeah,
through normal means.
It would very quickly turn into like an Anarchy Online-esque MMO. All right, so
I'll argue the game kind of pushed those borders to begin with, without considering how strong they came on with the graphical like realism in it.
yeah, but it had rails, and that's what we're getting at. Is if you open it up to where it doesn't have rails, like you're not using it for story progression purposes, then you're gonna get a bunch of mods from the community that turns them into a snuff film.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, did a much better job explaining that than I
Why
did.
can't we have nice things because of the fucking internet?
Because the human race.
Because we're apes with hammers. ARM Windows. I'm loosely excited about this because I play with Raspberry Pis pretty regularly. Microsoft is actually backing ARM now, not doing a half-ass attempt. I'm excited. I'll be able to run my emulator machines on Windows now. That
Yeah,
one,
it's gonna be really cool to see where this goes just in the next like year and a half. It's gonna jump leaps and bounds.
as far as like the economy computer, ARM is the way to go.
Yeah.
And the fact that Microsoft's backing it, you don't got to learn Linux, you don't got to learn Chrome. Windows is doing the smart thing by backing it because now you could get $150 or build $150 laptop / computer that's going to be effective and do things like Word.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
not the example I thought you were gonna give.
that is my sole purpose for being excited about it. Is it's gonna make ARM, it's gonna boost ARM. It's not gonna boost so much Windows because they already dropped the ball with Google Chrome. Like the Chromebooks, as far as a student thing, Google did I don't know if this was intentional, but they did a very smart thing by getting them into schools. They kind of pulled like an early Apple. They're getting people used to Google Chrome OS.
Mm-hmm.
So when these students graduate or move on and start looking into a personal computer, they're already comfortable with Chrome OS. That's what they're going to want to use. And you can use Google Docs effectively on Chrome OS and accomplish all the same tasks that you're going to do with Word. So you're getting these young up-and-comer business employees that are going to request Chrome OS, and that's going to move in the next 20 years where you're going to be seeing more business laptops running Chrome OS.
Yeah, and that's already starting.
Yeah, it's happening at my work, and it's whatever. I'm just excited that there's a third player in the game that's not trying to bend us over the coals.
Fair.
Competition is good.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering when they would come this far.
There's some nice Chrome OS laptops. You could spend $1,500 on a Chrome OS laptop.
I think I have a first gen Chrome OS tablet somewhere sitting around, and you can't barely do shit with it.
Not anymore. The hardware can't keep up.
Yeah. That's the issue with more recent.
Even in general, there wasn't a lot of app capability starting out. So it was a very, while it was cool to have a tablet, it was a very limited tablet in the grand scheme of doing anything really worthwhile.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also like, was it Windows 8 when they tried to go like strictly into an application format where it's not the traditional Windows?
When they made it for touchscreen?
Yeah. Whatever that operating system was at Windows release, where it was like primarily just app forward, where you couldn't really have the traditional Windows operating system that we're very familiar with, that crashed and failed. And then that's when Google OS kind of saw everything that worked and didn't work, and then just made that work for their phones and then tablets. And now they're switching to what Kane was saying, Chromebooks, and now it's
proper OS systems.
Now it's properly growing.
Yeah, and it gets more people into Linux. It's gonna make Linux gaming better. I'm happy about it in general.
And again, it puts another stake in the game.
Yeah.
It gives more competition, and through competition you get better shit always.
Yeah, through competition you get innovation in a free society. We completely missed the other anime topic. I am not this far in Demon Slayer, so I'm not asking for spoilers, but Demon Slayer crashed Crunchyroll.
It's so good. I can't really say too much.
Kane is very far in it. I've seen all the way up to the Swordsmith arc or Swordsmith Village arc, but I haven't seen anything past that.
Same.
Is the new season out?
It's out. Last episode just aired.
Oh shit!
Fuck all of you. Watch it.
Their season finale crashed Crunchyroll. I'm over here trying to watch Dragon Ball Z with my significant other, and Crunchyroll no longer works.
Yeah.
No, good for them because it took me up until it was about 2 seasons into Demon Slayer before I started watching it. But fuck, is it probably my favorite new age anime.
Dude, I have the mangas, I have the novels. It is so good. And then the anime is doing such a good job actually sticking to the source material. And the movies, I can't speak on. That's going to be very interesting to see how they do that. And I'm really intrigued to how they do that. But the animation's going to be.
That's why I
Are you
dig it.
talking about
Is
like
the animation is
the
sick.
the
The
final
animation is
movie
very
for the
artistic,
final
and
arc?
I love it. The way they do the specials is a beautiful rendition of like their skills and abilities, and matches their character and their character background. They do such a good job with that anime, with just storytelling, in-depth character building, and I guess I just fucking watch it.
We can watch it. I like. You guys need to get caught up so we can talk about this shit. It's so good.
It is so good.
Oh, what were you saying? You kept getting cut off.
Oh no, I was saying when you're talking about the movies, you're talking about like how they're doing like this final like episode into 3 movies, or have you just not seen like the other 2?
No. I'm talking about the trio of movies that they're going to be
Yeah.
releasing to finish out the series.
Oh, it's finishing up the
because
series? Oh, it's going
yeah.
to movies?
Oh yeah, they're finishing it with movies. From
Yeah,
what I read, I think
and
today.
so like for example, this last season that just finished, as far as the manga books, like covered all of 2 books versus the previous seasons covered up to I think it's 14 books. And then they stretched 2 books out into what this season currently is. So like this anime was a little bit of filler, but it dived into the Hashiras a little bit more, which was really nice. But what's to come is very fast paced in the manga already, and there's
Maybe
I think
that's
it's
why
going
they're
to
doing
be
movies.
book 16 to book 22 is going to be the rest of the series, and it's going to be beautiful done in the movies.
Mhm.
But I'm really curious how they're going to do the story because they've done a really good job sticking to source material at the moment. And if they deviate from that too much, I'm just really intrigued to how they're going to structure the movies.
I think I
I'm
have a
not
lot of
really say
faith
too
in
much
them
yet.
because of how the first movie was and how that arc was and how they did it in the movie, which was very nicely paced and still had everything barring a couple of fillers.
Right.
They did a really good
If
job with the
there's-
Mugen Train movie. They
Yeah.
of turning that whole season into just a movie format. I think they did a really good job because it gave you all the information you needed to know to continue on to the next season. It highlighted every big character growth in that season, and it just cut out most of the filler.
Was there a second movie? I'm now trying to think if there was a second movie.
I'd have to get on and
There's
check.
Mugen.
So they technically released a second theatrical thing, but it wasn't a movie. It was just
Yeah.
like a rewatch of the last 2 episodes of the second season and then 1 episode of the third season as it was coming out. But they marketed it like a movie, so a lot of people went into it very misleading or very misled, should I say.
Oh wait, does Crunchyroll not have it fully dubbed yet? No, it doesn't. Okay, I have to wait for it to be dubbed.
You're watching it dubbed?
I watch it with one of my family members.
Don't judge the dub, bro. Don't.
I watch it with one of my family members who has reading problems.
We all have reading problems.
So.
Fine.
Don't judge
Also,
the dub.
I will say this is the one that like wanting to watch the animation is more important than reading like what they're saying.
Dubbing has come a long way in modern anime compared to what it used to be.
Not only that, I have watched Demon Slayer both dubbed and subbed because when I was going through the Swordsmith, well, when I was watching the Swordsmith Arc Village, it was weekly, so I was watching the subtitle the whole way through. It didn't affect the way I watched it at all. Like the voices weren't that big of a difference. It kind of made sense, the difference in voices. So they did a really good job with this specific one.
Yeah, with this specific show, absolutely. I do think the dubbing is pretty good. Poe, your situation, absolutely understand.
Mhm.
I am of the strong belief of watch it subbed and then go back and watch it dubbed.
I can see that. I did that for the first season, but I'm like, I'm just gonna keep it dubbed so that way I can keep it consistent and I don't burn myself out of the anime. So I'm
Yeah, that's
someone that
fair.
will, and I kind of did it with One Piece. I've binge watched almost 500 episodes, and I'm at a point where like, I don't want, I want to continue watching it, but as soon as I like look at just like One Piece and I want to click on the anime, my body's just like, nah, let's not.
I just can't stand how
One
much
Piece-
filler is in One Piece once
There's
you get to
not
the like.
like that.
There's not that much filler. I was looking at the filler list.
That is bullshit.
My friend, there are companies that you have to pay for to just watch that series without filler because there's so much filler to it.
Let me see where I'm at.
And later on in the series, it's great because you can tell which episodes are fillers because they have this fun border around them, and they show you old animations. There are so many episodes that are just like, "Hey, do you remember when this happened?" You're like, "Yeah, I watched it a week ago, guys."
I guess where I'm at, there's not like I think as you get towards like the higher episodes, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I think I'm right at the part before there's like a huge chunk of filler. Like there's
Yeah.
something that's like, oh, there's like 5 episodes here, 10 episodes here, but
There's
not
some
like, oh,
seasons
here's
that
like
half the
30
fucking season is
episodes. Yeah,
filler.
yeah,
if
I'm
I
getting
remember
to that
correctly,
part.
I want to say it was like the episode range from like the 600 to like 850 or 580 to like 850, somewhere around there. But that was when the creator of the anime ran into some medical issues and the anime caught up to the story of the manga. So what they started doing for the anime episodes is like they would have their 3-minute fucking intro. They would have a 5-minute preview of the previous episode,
Yeah,
and then they would
recap.
give you like 10 minutes of brand new content for your 28-minute episode, and then give you like a 5-minute recap of what you just watched, and then your 3-4 minute outro. And then they did that for so many fucking episodes that I got really fucking burnt out on it.
Yeah,
because, like,
around the time skip was the same. That might have been around the same number of episodes. Around the time skip is when I remember there. It's like, all right, we're skipping forward 3 years. Now, do you remember what you've watched over the past 700 episodes? If not, it's okay. We're gonna show you exactly what happened. just the main points over 600 episodes.
Yeah, I think I can actually tell you where I am because I don't think naming the arc is a spoiler. Also, it's been forever. I just finished Impel Down, so I'm like before like all of like these filler things are happening.
We got so much to go. You're such a baby
Oh.
One Piece man.
Sure, but I've also spoiled myself on so many things because I scroll down, I miss where I am, and I read a title of an episode. I'm like, okay, I guess I would just go screw myself at this point, reading anime titles and playing the card game and getting spoiled on things. I got so many Dawn cards that I don't understand the art, and if someone had to explain it to me, I'm like, man, I haven't seen this yet, but thank you.
I'm
then-
not one who would ever be mad at somebody for saying, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
No, I was chilling.
I'm
not upset that I got spoiled.
I could never blame somebody for putting One Piece on their bucket list item.
Yeah.
So long as I do it before I die, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
See, and that's one of those things where, like, to me, that's where dubbing is really nice because, like, once I've seen it subbed, I can just like be playing my game and have it running in the background.
I'm sitting over here having only ever seen the
Kingsman.
live action.
I was gonna say Kane's been sitting chilling.
And
for, like,
season 2
13
for the
minutes.
live action is in production as of yesterday.
It is
Good. It
It's
was
still-
good.
It was really
I
good.
thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm mad that Cowboy Bebop wasn't as good as it should have been.
I
This
thought
is-
it was still good enough to get a second season. Personally,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think they should have finished the series out. I don't think they should add anything new, but they should definitely finish the series out.
Imagine the mushroom episode.
Right? That was a filler episode if there ever was one. It was good.
You wanna
It
talk
was
about
the
a filler
filler episode.
Everybody's just gonna eat these space mushrooms and never leave their room.
That's
For
what you
the
do on
whole-
space mushrooms.
Yeah.
AKA, you never leave your tent.
Yeah.
This is true. The outside world can be scary.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
So, to end this or wrap this up, talking about the mushroom episode with Cowboy Bebop,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious for those of you that are listening, leave a comment below. What's your opinion? Are drugs vegan?
Oh God.
And I have
we'll
my
dis-
answer.
And we'll
But what-
discuss that next episode. So please make sure to tune in because I'm not ready for this other hour-long conversation.
Dose by dose. Change.
Yeah. Man, this is our first cliffhanger. Thank you for listening. You can find us on X, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, all at the depths of Jikoku. If you're a chill person or you want to sponsor us and have like your ad up while we're filming our stuff and we talk about your thing, you could contact us at thedepthsofjikoku@gmail.com. All this will be linked into the description. Again, comment if you think drugs are vegan, comment who you think the worst anime dad is, and comment just how you feeling, making sure you're all good, and any other opinions you got. Just remember, don't hate on people just to hate. Speak to somebody if you need to speak to people. You know, it's never bad to say I'm hurting. Peace out.
Bye.
Houston, I'm getting a little fluctuation in the AC voltage now. Roger. 50 meter maybe, huh? Stand by. Looking good. You're still looking good. It's coming up 3 minutes.